linear polynomials and our linear factors. So I want to know, is this a factor of this? So the long way of figuring this out would be to take this, factor it all out, and see if one of our factors is this. Or remember when we were talking about factoring numbers, we just said, oh, if we want to know if this is a factor of this, we took this, divided it by this. If it gave us a whole number, then it was a factor. If it gave us a decimal number, then it was not a factor. So we can do the same thing. We can take this, divide it by this, and figure out if it's a factor or not, instead of going through all the big long factors. So how are we going to do that? We're going to divide using our synthetic division. So flip back to those notes on how to do that if you forgot. So what's going to tell us if it's a factor or not is if there is a remainder or not. So if there is a remainder, then it's not a factor. And if there's no remainder, you guessed it, it is a factor. Okay? So let's remember our synthetic division. Flip back to those notes. Remember, we draw our big L. We put the opposite of this outside. And then we put the numbers in front up at the top. Remember, if you're missing a with an exponent is missing, then you have to put a 0 in. I'm going to put this box down. That's where the remainder or non-remainder will go. And let's drop our 1. Remember, we say 1 times 2, and we put that number here. We say 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Negative 7 plus 14 is positive 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. Okay. Now we got to remember this. If there's a number here, that means that this is our remainder. So since there is a number here, this is not a factor. Okay, and that's it. We're just practicing our synthetic division. If we got a remainder, our answer is no. If we do not have a remainder, our answer is yes. So let's try this big long example down here. Draw your L, put the opposite. 2, 12, 21, 14, 15. Draw my remainder box. And let's get going. Drop the 2. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. 12 minus 6 is 6. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. 21 minus 18 is 3. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 14 minus 9 is 5. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. And 0 is our remainder. So yes, this is a factor of this. All right, let me know if you have any questions.